PR Connections Radio presents.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Evelyn's Roundtable. This podcast highlights a host of relevant topics. Our conversations share voices of women of color, Black women veterans and veterans, allies, candidates, and elected officials, entrepreneurs, teachers, students, and others. We also explore important issues and challenges such as grassroots leadership, job training, homelessness, and mental health advocacy, accountability, male inclusion, and civics. Our mission statement is to empower all women. Do you hear me? All women to hold hands as we rise. Well, hello, everyone, this evening. I hope everyone is good. And just reminder that we have Evelyn's Roundtable every first and third Wednesday at 7 p.m. Please make sure you jump on to hear what we got to say. And we're always talking about Nevada civics and subjects and all of that. So tonight, though, everybody, we got somebody special that's on here with us, and I'm so delighted that I met her. And what's interesting, everyone, didn't even know that she was military, everybody. That's one thing that me and her didn't even talk about when we met each other. But I'm just going to be quiet, and I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell a little bit about who she is and what she's been doing. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Tamara Brown. I'm owner of At the Root. I am a military veteran, nurse, and I served 25 years in the military, in the Air Force. And now I serve in a different way of making skin and hair care products with natural ingredients, and just trying to change the narrative on using natural products that are better for us, get away from synthetic ingredients, and definitely just doing better with our skin and hair care. That's a little bit about me.
Well, I just want you to change one little word. And
Yes.
and it's that trying word, because I don't like to use that trying word, because I feel when we are doing, we're no
Yes.
longer trying, because you
Yes.
are doing it. You
I am.
are. And
I am.
when I met you, I bought the products that you have and all that, and they actually work, everybody. I just want everybody to know that they actually work, the products. Can you
Thank you.
can you please give your website address and everything real quick?
Oh, yes. So it is www.attroot.com. So attroot.com.
There you go. There you go.
And yes, I am doing it. I am. I started.
There we go, Queen. There we
And
go.
I've been doing it. I'm just now showcasing it and sharing my creations on a massive scale. So, because I started making products for my daughter because she had a skin condition, and I was looking at things over the counter. I didn't like the ingredients that were in, the different products over the counter. So I wanted to make something more natural. So that's how it started. I made something for her, skincare product, and it worked well. And then from there, I just got the love of making stuff. I'm like, okay, natural ingredients are the way to go, when possible. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, if you're not doing natural, then, but if you can incorporate some more natural ways, eating, skincare, ingredients, that will definitely, help you in the long run. So that's how I started. And then once I got that one product down, I started making other things, hair care products and everything. And I just sort of fell in love with making stuff. And so I've been making things for family and friends for years. And then once I retired from the Air Force, in the military, we have, or if you don't know, which whoever's on tonight, we wear a lot of hats in the military. And it's a lot of things that you have to do. And I just never had the time to fully dive into um, creating a lot of natural ingredients. So once I retired, I was like, okay, I have time. And I dove head into it. And that's how it was born. After I started making stuff more and more, then I had family and friends that were like, you should sell this, and I'm like, well, yeah, I should. And I did. And I am. So you're right. I am.
Yes, we don't want to hear the trying thing no more. No, we're
Right.
past that. We're past
Gotcha.
that. But every one of her products are some. I'm telling you, I'm using her products. And they do work. She's not just saying it. No, reality is, and good prices too. So that's
Thank you. Yes.
other good part about it, right? You see someone's making something and oh my goodness, they're charging $75, $80 and you get this small little bitty kind of, nope, that's not what's happening. Can you, and I don't know if everyone can even see, do you have any products with you that you can kind of put up on there that we can see and you can tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah. So first is my body butter. So it is made, like I said, my products are made with natural ingredients. So this one has some shea and cocoa butter, aloe vera juice, and I make it into like a cream form. So that way you can apply it easily. And I do have just a few scents. So that's my one. And I have a face cream. So I will premise all this with we are in a dry climate, right? In Nevada, we're in the desert. So I really try and to tackle dryness, ashiness, moisturization issues. So I have an all natural face cream with aloe vera. I love aloe vera. So it's one of my stars. So it does have aloe vera and some skin loving oils. This product here, when I was talking about the very first one that I made for my daughter, is my herbal salve. So I really do love herbs, and I'm incorporating herbs more into skincare because a lot of us we drink teas, but herbs really have a topical benefit as well. So I had made an herbal salve, and this is my very first one that I made for my daughter. So in the very first products, and then I have a hairline. So I make hair serums and hair teas as well. So yeah, just a few of my products and many more to come. I have so many ideas that I um, try to be intentional in rolling them out. So yeah, those are my products.
Yeah, and it's interesting too when you said because it's really dry here.
Yes.
This state is different, right? And California, it's humidity, but it's moisture in the air, so it helps your hair and things like that. But here, oh my goodness, I came from a humid state to this dry state, and my hair, and then especially, I'm not doing the perms anymore. I'm doing all natural. Oh my goodness.
Good.
And it really, the perm was, because the perm you can put, no. So once I went natural, I was like, wait a minute, why is my hair poofing out, right? In the summertime? Why is it dry? Why is it that? So then I start braiding and doing different things with my hair for those months that it's dry, And I was like, this is sad that I gotta do all this and everything. But the product that I'm using, I think it's the salve, and it's and I have a burn on my ankle, and it's interesting because I put it on there, and oh my goodness, it's actually helping, right? And even though I did it almost 2 years ago or something like that, but it's still like bringing moisture to that area. It's changing the tone on it too, the skin tone on it. And I went, hey, here we go. Because you feel, I don't know how to say it. you feel embarrassed or things like that when you get brown
Mm,
marks on your face, or and then you can,
yeah.
as women, we do this, right? We're like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I got this on me, I got that on me. But then once I start using your product and I noticed how it was kind of changing and I went, hey, I can do
Yeah.
this now, and
Really.
gave me confident, I want to say, right? And
Oh, I
so
appreciate that. Thank you.
thank you for that.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, can we get
Love it.
into the Air Force part? Because that's what I didn't even know about that. Everybody, like I said, when we introduce each other, I'm talking about me. I'm Army, and I'm going on and about what I do to help women, and
Hmm.
so I want to hear a little bit about that. When did you get in, and how long were you
Yeah.
in?
Yeah. So I came in at 19, and the military wasn't my first choice. I have a younger brother and sister, and so I didn't, want my parents to have to, worry about paying for college. And I had actually played basketball, and it didn't kind of go through with getting a scholarship. So I was like, okay, well, I have to pay for school. So um, I said, okay, I'm going to go into the military. My dad is Army. So I was like, okay, I know about the military, so I'm just going to go in. So he was like, okay, you go into the Navy or the Air Force. So I went into the Air Force, and I went and enlisted, and I wanted to do medical. I always wanted to be a doctor or a midwife, or something like that. I always loved medical. So I came and enlisted as a medical technician, and then probably I started about 8.5 years in. I wanted to continue my education. I'm like, okay, I want to become a nurse. So I got out active duty, and I went reserve, and I went back to nursing school. I went to nursing school. And then after I graduated, I got my commission, and I came back into the Air Force and finished my career. And so I've had a I've had a great career. I mean, I've lived in 7 countries, traveled to many more beyond there, and I ended up coming back here to Las Vegas here at Nellis Air Force Base. And I was going to continue. I know I was already at 25, but I was going to continue because I wanted to go back overseas, because I just real love living abroad. But some of the crazy makers kind of got to me, and so I was like, okay, I think I'm going to stop on a high note. And so I put in my retirement, and then after I retired, and I was like, I probably should have retired a couple of years earlier, but I still had great energy because, in the military, we just have energy. We're going from one thing to the next, from job to the next, from duty to the next. So I did feel that I could have continued, um, but I'm glad that I retired when I did, because this is a whole other journey that was waiting for me, you know.
Yeah, and it's something, and you don't I don't know, you don't think about that, but our journey's already planned out for us and
Mhm.
everything. And it's something when wow, I did this, and I was told today that sometimes you got to slow down and look at all your accomplishments and the things that you did on your way to where you're at now. And it kind of like, right, you kind of like, well, wait a minute, well, that's why that happened, and oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's why I was in that space, and this is what I did. And even through the bad,
Mhm.
it's I try to even say, okay, there has to be a reason why I'm going through this. There's something in. And I know people say, well, why are you trying to find the good in something that's bad? Well, to me, I have to do that, because
Mm.
otherwise I'll go down that rabbit hole real quick, right? And so negativity, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
what's the lesson in this? what's the lesson in this that I don't want to do it again, right?
Mhm.
So there's some lesson in this, even though it went bad and I'm, going through it and da-da-da, but what was the lesson
Yeah,
that
I
was
do the
in
same. I look at every opportunity as everything that we go through, there is a room for improvement, to do something different, and sometimes it's not only for yourself. Some things you go through are for others, so you can pass on that knowledge to other people. So I keep that in mind too, where I'm like, okay, so this is going on. Okay, well, what do I learn from this? Take my notes. Okay, how can I share this with someone else? And then you'll be speaking with someone down the road. It may not be immediate. You'll speak to someone down the road and you'll say something, and then someone will be like, oh my God, I just was thinking about that or listening to this, and you're kind of confirmation for me with you saying that. And I know that it happens in return, because I know I've been speaking to someone and they're saying something that has been on my mind and my heart, and it has been confirmation, and it was right when I needed to hear it. So that's kind of
something.
how I think about lessons or anything that we go through, that, take heed, learn, understand what you're going through, because it is maybe for you, maybe for someone else, or both.
Wow, there's so much truth in that. There is so much truth in that. And I feel that, and I'm really glad that I went through the military. It's helped me now, the space that I'm in right now. It's helped me to stay focused. It's helped me to know, because I really be like, wow, that's right. I did go in the military. Wow, that's right. I did shoot a grenade launcher. Well, wait a minute. That's right. I did get patches and for sharpshooter, right? And well, wait a minute, like wow, I did put the mask on and did the clap, clap, clap for the face mask when all the chemicals was in the air. You had to breathe it in, right? And I'm like, wow, I
Yeah.
did do all that stuff and deal with
Wow.
that and a lot of push-ups and ate a lot of dirt and all that kind of
Hmm.
good stuff, right? But I mean, it just really makes you think about like, wow,
Hmm.
I really did something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when I hear in Nevada, um the negativity or the disrespect that I get sometimes from those that, and I'm just going to say those that have never served,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, wow, you sure got
Yeah.
a whole lot to say, and you got,
Hmm.
you all negative, or you got a smart mouth to me. And then I kind of react or say, well, what are you talking about? Then I hear that, well, my brother was a veteran, or
Hmm.
my dad or my and I'm like, wow. So you gonna dog me out, talk bad about me to my face, and then turn around and say, oh, but my brother, you
Yeah.
know, nah.
Yeah. A lot of people, I find, don't know all of the faces of the military or faces of veterans. So, like, there's times where I'll be, at an appointment, and I'm in the waiting room, and people have asked me, what are you doing here? You here picking somebody up, or? And I'm like, no, I'm the veteran. I'm here waiting for my turn. And it's like, oh, you served, and so I do get that a lot. And then in casual conversation with folks outside the veteran world, um, people are, surprised. And so I think that you just have to know that you don't know who is a veteran. You don't know who have served. You don't know what branch, where, at what time. So to me, if you stay in a respectful lane, and also too, don't talk about things you don't know about.
Woo.
That's something I was always told. Like, if it's something that you haven't experienced, don't have firsthand
Yeah.
details or knowledge about, then kind of want to stay out of those spaces and those lanes. Might want to listen more than talk, because you'll definitely learn something. And so that's how I kind of do it. If it's something I don't know about, I'm not going to be talking like I do, And so,
Ooh.
I've had occasion where I've had to speak to someone about, being a veteran and kind of how what I've done, what I've been through, because a lot of people think, oh, well, have you ever been in combat? So it leads down to questions, or because I was a nurse, oh, well, were you on the front line? And it's like, well, medical, we actually um, have are in some of these spaces. Not all medical is, as we say, in the rear. We're in the rear, we're in the front, we're in the middle. So there's also misconceptions on the jobs within the military, or like you said, why people go in the military. Like, oh, did you just go in because you maybe didn't have your life together, or I know I went in for the education benefits because I didn't want my parents to have to worry about me. So it turned from a 4-year plan, just to, go and get my GI Bill and come out and go to medical school or whatever, to 25 years. I ended up loving it. So um, I definitely use those times to educate folks. And some people have general questions, and you're right. There are some people that have stronger opinions, but they've never been in or don't have a family member that's been in. So yeah, it is those conversations are interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm learning, like me and my brother have a conversation, and he was like, sis, I'll get those same people, and then I'll ask him how they served. He said, and then they tell me no, and then he says, all right, bye. And I said, what? You just buy them? He goes, yep. Yep. I just buy them and I walk away. I said, wow, you do that? He was like, yeah. He said, why spend time on someone that has no clue on what you did and how you felt and the emotions and the stress and the PTSD of things that you've done when you were serving?
Yeah.
And I went, you know what? Okay.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
guy.
that's being mindful of your energy, right? And that's another thing that I've definitely learned better being retired from the military is um, where I want to put my energy, and we know what's worth it or what's not, because you can kind of wear yourself out, stress yourself out, trying to worry and being tedious over every little thing. And so, and you can worry years off your life, And so I understand that, and being, especially if the person is not receptive to learning, because some people say they think they have a good idea of things, and then when they meet somebody who actually can educate them a little bit, some people are receptive to that and want to, like, oh, okay, well, my bad. Tell me a little bit more, or I thought I was mistaken, and then you have some folks who just aren't receptive to that, and they're right. So yeah, so at that point, if you know that you can't impact that person, or they're closed to that feedback, then then it's up to you to manage your energy. Be like, okay, do I want to try, or do I just want to go on about my day and move on to the next? So yeah, he definitely is managing his energy well. So
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's Coast Guard. So,
cool.
and he's in California, and I love he's an older brother too, and
Cool.
I found him on ancestry.com, and so we've been to the hip ever since, right? I'm like, oh, that's a big brother to have. Hey,
That's cool.
and plus military too, and
Yeah.
so, and our dad's gone, so he's been gone since 1985. So
Okay.
it's just like, wow, and then it just helps that he's military, so we just really relate, right? We can really talk and things like that, and so my next question is, how do you feel about how Nevada is helping or not helping with women veterans that need housing, are that need like they're supposed to give us a clinic too out there at the VA. That hasn't happened. A whole little section, not just a clinic. I mean, like a whole added on section for women. Do you have anything to say or can elaborate on any of that?
For the medical, because there's so many aspects to women veteran care, right? So I'm plugged in more to the medical side. So I think that there are, because I know there's various clinics around, right? General VA clinics, and then there's the main VA hospital. So I've been plugged into the main hospital, and they have a women's clinic where they try to incorporate everything. They try to be your primary care, because it could be a misconception. You think, okay, women's clinic, you're thinking more female related, GYN, female related, but it's actually a primary care. They try to take on a whole primary care model.
Sure.
So I've been plugged into there for a few years now after I retired, because I was enrolled but I went over to the VA just because I heard word of mouth that they were getting their clinic together and doing a more primary care or model. So I went over there to check it out, and so far I have been well received, taken care of there. I've had a primary care has been great, and so as far as the medical, and I've only gone there, so I don't know how the other clinics are helping. Or as far as having a standalone women's clinic, which I think they should, because again, female veterans are not the, what you think of when you think of a veteran, right? And so, as far as that aspect is concerned, I do believe that there should be more clinics, especially around town, that have that female, centric model. So, because the one at the main VA hospital, as far as my experience, has been doing a pretty good job of that. So I do think that needs to be spread throughout the valley, having more clinics for female veterans, especially. Then, man, other aspects of veteran care. So resources, I think that more advertisement as far as resources to help veterans. I've not seen a whole lot, and I mean, maybe I'm not plugged into the right sources. I have not seen a lot of sources to be plugged into within the veteran resource space. So I think I would like to see more of that as well in different resources, like for instance, with business, with and other things, with childcare, with job training, with there's so many resources that veterans coming out of the military need, that are specific, to women. Because, for instance, like if you have kids, and so you're not by yourself coming out of the military, right? You're not by yourself on the journey of being a veteran, a disabled veteran, and so there may be some more services that may be needing some more additional support, that a female veteran might have. So I definitely would like to see that a little bit more, for sure.
Yeah. Wow. You hit on all of them. And I'm over here going,
I was trying to
because it's the truth. I mean, I'm bewildered. Like, why do we not have this? And wait a minute, did we serve for this country? Wait a minute. I thought we signed on that little line there that says, right? It's not like, I mean, if they were to call me or you right now, we'd have to go. It ain't no, well, wait a minute. Let me think about it. That I gotta go. Wait a minute. No, I don't care about you being retired. I don't care about you being in there. I don't care about you doing reservist. If they call and say, we need you to go, boop, boop, we have to do it. It's not like it's oh, well, I'm retired. No, I mean, we're retired, but we're not, right? We're not. We're not. And and I do agree with you about the hospital. I got a great doctor over there. I've only had my claim a little over a year. I've had my claim. I didn't even know that there was a claim to file. I didn't know, and I know people heard me say this, but I'm gonna say it again. I didn't even know that I was a veteran. I thought, because I stayed stateside, so I thought veterans were those that went overseas and did this. I went in and, well, I signed the dotted line in '85, but I didn't know. I just thought, okay, I signed it. I went to Fort Jackson. I went to, Aberdeen, Peru. I did all that. I went back to my name station, did all that, but it's still stateside. So I just thought, okay, I mean, and then that's probably why I didn't think any more about it when I got out. I just, kids and work and okay. But I wish I would have, because my GI Bill, my kids could have went to college for free. I could have went to college for free instead of paying for it. Would have had my claim done sooner than just a year ago,
Yeah.
So, but I do agree with you on childcare and housing and things like that. I think they need to do a better job with that, and they're not doing a better job with that. Because you're right, we have kids, whether we're divorced or we're with someone, right? You still need childcare. And I don't understand why we're slow moving with that here. And they know it's needed. They know this. And and that's why I do bills up in legislation.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
I just I'm like, wait a minute, y'all. And we need to do this. And it's not easy doing a bill and finding somebody to carry it for you and all that kind. It's stressful, but the end game is right.
Yeah.
And I don't know no other way to change it.
Yeah, that is your calling, and recognizing and seeing what the next steps and to do. And not many people do that. A lot of people say, "Oh man, I wish I could see this," or "I don't see that." Me included. Just now, I'm like, "Oh yeah, there could be a little bit more, a little bit, this or that." But you're taking that extra step and actually, with the bills and bringing attention to these things. And so it's very admirable to put movement behind some of the things that need to be changed or improved within the veteran space. So that's fantastic. I commend you. When I first heard that, when we first met, I was like, wow, man, Bill, like I wouldn't even know how to do that.
Well, that's why I'm finna bring you with me. Whatever you want to help, whenever you have time, and
Absolutely.
you want to. I mean, there's probably things that you want to put out there that you want to do up in legislation and make changes on. And it starts with an idea, and then you got to grab whoever's running and have them. You figure it out how to do it, but. And like you said, that's where it's at. That's where it's at is because like a good friend of mine, and I can't say his name because he said, once you tell me they're my name, I'm not going to help you no more. But if we don't bring it that way, there's nothing going to change. We're still going to go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, all right, here we are again. But making an effort to, in the Constitution, in Nevada, I ain't worried about nowhere else, right? I'm only concentrating on Nevada, where we're at and what we need to do. And even with doing bills, I found out, wait a minute, Tennessee does it different. Utah does things different. What we might do in our state, other states don't do it that way. And I thought everybody, right? I was like, well, okay, we do. Nope. that's not how this works. So I would love to have you be like, come on, let's go up there.
Yep.
Let's go
Yep.
up there.
I
Let's
can
do
share
it.
my story, and yeah, absolutely. Yeah, bring me along.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's beautiful though and I think all our stories need to be heard.
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
I don't know why we're not, and I'm just gonna say it again because I
Platforms.
can't even help myself, because we are Black veteran women and we are rare, right? But we are
Yeah.
smart, we are queens, we are leaders,
Yes.
and I'm sorry, y'all. That's what's happening.
Yep. We are here. We are in the space. And that's the thing, is the visibility, and more of us to come out and share stories, and like I take myself included, like I share my story within my space, right? But we have to get outside of our comfort zone and share our story beyond our own personal, or, comfortable spaces. So, and you have done that, and so definitely a framework to model after, to bring light to things, to get outside your comfort zone, because that's really the only way you grow, right? Is to get outside of your comfort zone. And I say that a lot, but sometimes you say things and then you kind of stay within, or like me, I pace myself and I grow more and more out of my comfort zone. Um, and then when I get comfortable with something, and I push a little more, and so, and I think that's thanks to my family too. I was raised like that. Like we were raised to, to do things a certain way, to to achieve, right? And then the military
Mhm.
just gave me the refining tools, right? The structure,
Mhm.
all the different processes, the leadership. So all those things, I learned being in the military, and so definitely have, female veterans. We do have the tools, to rise beyond and do more beyond our military service in whatever capacity that we're in. So bravo, that's awesome. Changing bills.
I mean, it's the truth on what you're saying. And that's why I started off saying that I'm happy that I went in the military, because it helped me with now, the
Hmm.
leadership, because and then from military to construction, that's another independent type of work. You got to be independent, and even doing what you're doing as nurse, that's still independence. You know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah.
you have, like I told people, I said, when your drill sergeant gave you your orders, you took the orders and that was it. You
Yeah.
didn't say, well, wait a minute, did you do this right? Wait a minute,
Hmm.
are how dare you even think you finna say something? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't you
Yeah.
even, you know?
Hmm.
And that's, I guess that's instilled in me. It's instilled in you, I'm sure. And
Yeah.
when we do something, we do the follow through with it, because it's not
Hmm.
like you can go, okay, wait a minute,
Oh, dude. Yep.
what do we got to do here? No, it ain't none of that going down, none
Mm-mm.
of it. And I
Mm-mm.
and I think it does push you, like you said, and it
Mhm.
does make you strive to, well, wait a minute, I'm finna do this. and
Yeah.
and you I got a good friend, Sandra Cosgrove, and she says to me, let's go jump off the cliff. And I'm like, what do you mean jump off the cliff? I'm like, and just saying that, right, you're thinking, wow, but isn't that what we do?
Yeah.
We jump off,
Yeah.
and we're like,
Yeah.
okay. and
Yeah.
and I tell the ladies, that are going through my pipeline programs, and hey, we're gonna jump, y'all,
Yeah.
and we're gonna
We're gonna make it
boing,
happen. Mhm.
boing, right?
Mhm.
We're gonna get little
Mhm.
owies, and we're gonna have
Yep.
little whatever. But what happens? You land
Yeah.
on your feet. You
Mhm.
do, man.
Yep. Gotta make it happen. You gotta make it happen, especially if you want to make a difference for not only yourself but your family. Like a lot of things that I do, because being a nurse, being in the medical, owning a business is something that is not natural. So I had to learn, and it was a steep, sharp learning curve. Um, I learned so much, in the first couple of years, just a sponge reading, videos and just trying to make sure that I at least started off right, and in business you make mistakes along the way, or you learn how to do things better. But it was a lot of bump in my head and a lot of long nights and tired eyes, and probably need to get another prescription because you're just staring and reading and trying to absorb everything and figure out, how do I do this? I want to do this, but how? And so I definitely learned so much. And I'm still, you learn something new every day, is what I say. So I'm always learning. And even though it's hard, being an entrepreneur, being a business person, shifting my mind a little bit from working in the hospital, working in clinics, to now doing my own thing with making care products. Um, I wouldn't have any other way. I all the bumps, oh man, I need to do this. Oh, I forgot to do that. Oh, I have to, all the checklists where I gotta have my little boxes and make sure I don't forget anything. I'm getting older, you start forgetting stuff. And so the memory. So I have a memory in the back of days when I was in the military. So
Right.
and just not knowing, going to markets or selling online, you're like, okay, how is this going to go? And so, but it's the journey, man. And I'm glad that I've done this. I would have never thought that I would be a businesswoman, an entrepreneur. I would have never thought. I was in my happy little nursing bubble and thought I was going to do it until my back gave out. I mean, my back did give out, but so there's wear and tear on the body. But I just thought that I would always, be in the clinic or, in the nursing space. And so doing this has been just, like I said, I would have never thought I would do it. Never thought, but I'm doing it. Doing it.
Yes,
And
you are.
It's a
Wow.
fun journey.
And then oh my gosh, everything you said, I was like, yep, never thought, and it's something, but it's beautiful too, and it's like, wow, I'm really doing this, and again, at these moments right here, you start like, wow, I did do that. Well, wait a minute. That was the process I did. Well, whoa, I did talk to these people. Well, yeah, that person did do me wrong, but you know what? I kept pushing.
Yeah.
I kept pushing, and look where I am now. Wow. I mean, we're successful, and and everybody thinks, oh, where you make all this money, you're doing it. Like, yeah, you do, but you got to do some things to get to that point.
Yes,
It doesn't. People think, they call me up. Oh, I'm gonna get my nonprofit or my LLC, and then I'm gonna apply for a grant because I want some money. I'm like, it don't work like that. It don't. I don't know nobody that does a nonprofit or LLC and then turn around within months after you receive it and apply for a grant, and you think, here we go.
Yeah.
No.
It's a lot of, like you said, it's a lot of uncertainty. So you can plan all you want to, and then life will show you, So, but you just got to hang in there, and like you said, you got to keep going. And that's the thing is, there's sometimes where I may be frustrated about something, or with the business, but I want to do this, and then, oh man, I want to. Some people go and they'll create a business, and they're like, yeah, I see on YouTube that you can be a millionaire in 1 year. Okay, so there is a process, and not many people are overnight success, and it may be years. It is a long haul, and it may be years before you get to whatever target that you want, to be at. So you have to keep going, and sometimes the slow crawl, And sometimes, it's faster and it gains momentum. And so you just got to ride the wave and be ready, for when that time comes and when you grow and you scale. You just got to be as prepared as you can. Just understand that, it'll come. It's for you. It's for you.
Whew. Ain't that the truth? Well, do you have any other last words that you would like to say to anybody that's out there listening to us right now?
Well, I would first thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. It was lovely meeting you, and I look forward to definitely continuing on our partnership and some things. And then to everyone watching, thank you for watching. I hope that you take a natural step in your health, whether it be a food, a product. Try to embrace just a little bit of a natural way into your life, and hopefully, you enjoy it and are the better for it. And that's really all I have to say.
Well, can you please again give us the website and show your products again so everyone can see the beauty of what you're doing?
Absolutely. So it is www.attroot.com. So ATTROOT.com. And body butters, face cream, herbal salve for irritated skin conditions, eczema and all that stuff. And then I have a hairline, some hair tea. This is my herbal hair serum for hair growth, and many, many more. I have a lot more ideas to try and incorporate natural products that are beneficial for the skin and your hair, and simple and effective.
And good prices, everybody. I gotta add that part because you keep leaving that out. It's good products,
affordable prices.
You gotta go on there and try it. You have to. Like I said, I'm sold. So I just want everybody else to be sold too. It's very rare, right, that you actually find somebody that has good products and good prices. So I just want everybody to know it's great products, everybody. So please go on her prices. Yes. Good product, good prices. And I am so grateful for you to be on here. Also, I'm so glad I met you. I look forward to our continued partnership and collaboration and all that good stuff. So everybody, make sure again you come back on here every first and third Wednesday at 7 p.m. to Evelyn's Roundtable, and make sure you go on my website, Nevada Women in Trades, where we help women in the state of Nevada to prepare for high-skilled blue-collar trades. Our website is www.nevada spelled out WIT.org. And thank everybody from coming on here. And you know what we end with? We end with the mission statement. And it's about empowering all women. It's about empowering all women. You hear me? All women to hold hands as we rise. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
This podcast is brought to you by NVisionU. NVisionU has discovered how to impact spirit, body, and soul with spray technology in just 30 seconds. With NVisionU, you can achieve optimal health and start living the life you have always dreamed of. Use the promo code NVisionU.com/VernDix to take control of your health naturally. PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.